So you look at the Republican Party columnists, and they're always saying things like, "Oh, my heart goes out to so-and-so, and isn't it something," and, jumping on Hillary, because they don't want to face Hillary Clinton in the general election. She is one tough campaigner, and she's going to be the toughest Democrat to beat in the general election, in my view. Now, the other experience she's got is she's got the experience in governing and leading. She's seen these issues in state government and national government since 1976, since her husband was the state attorney general in Arkansas. She's seen them inside and out, both the military kind of issues with the Arkansas National Guard, and we're real proud of our National Guard in Arkansas, just like you're proud of your Guard up here in Iowa, and in national leadership positions. She's seen it. And she spent the last 7 years on the Senate Armed Services Committee, so she's seen the military stuff up really close and personal. But I think she's got experience that nobody else quite has, because when you're involved as the governor's wife or the attorney general's wife, and you're living these issues every single day, you're taking experience out of that. I know, because I know what my wife went through when I was a military commander. Okay, she wasn't in the seat of power. No, but she was in the pillow of power, and she was listening to the troubles all day long, night and day. And she's learning to connect cause and effect. So your basic problem of experience is you read about it in a book, and then you suddenly get there and everybody besieges you. Oh, you got to do this, you got to do that. Think about this. Don't forget him. He's calling him. And they're calling him. And then you got to put all that together and make decisions and then follow through. So it's one thing to be able to sort of articulate what you want done. It's another thing to sort through the competing pressures and arguments. And that's what she's lived through since the mid-1970s, and seen what the decision is and what it leads to. I was in the White House, the only time I ever ate dinner upstairs with the Clintons when they were president was 1993. It happened to be 3 days after the Mogadishu murder of our 18 Americans there. And you can imagine that was everything that was on his mind, and he talked a lot that night and about what should be done and weighing it back and forth. And Hillary was right there for the whole discussion. And, adding her ideas in and out, and we talked about days in the military. And, she was involved in all of those issues as a wife and a caring person and a committed American, someone who cares about this country would be. So I don't think that you have to have actually made the mistake of pulling the trigger to find out if you had the gun pointed at the wrong target, so to speak. And so she's learned a lot through the good and the difficulties of the Clinton presidency, not to mention her own experiences in the United States Senate. So I think she's the most experienced person in the race in terms of what it takes to walk into the White House on day one and be able to get the briefing from the Secretary of State's people, from the CIA, from the military, to hold a National Security Council meeting, to hear these advocates for, Madam President, you got to do this, you got to do this, don't forget to, and to know how to handle it and make the right decisions. She will do it. And then, third reason I support her is her character. You have to ask yourself, why does somebody want this job? When I was running in 2003, I called my former boss, General Charlie Costello. I said, "Sir, I'm thinking about running for the presidency, and if I announce, I need your support, and I'd like to have your support." He said, "Wes, I'll give you my support." He said, "But," he said, "have you asked, why do you want this job?" He said, "Before you get the job, everyone will attack you. When you're in office, everyone will oppose you. And when you're finished, you'll spend the rest of your life defending the decisions you made. So why would anybody want such a job?" It's a good question. And if you look at the job and what comes with it, the big house, the airplanes, the limousines, the Secret Service, the celebrity status, then you have to ask yourself, well, wait a minute, Hillary already has that. She's a United States Senator. She's a celebrity in her own right. She can get an airplane anytime she wants it for any official government purpose. She and her husband have plenty of money now. They've got a big house in Chappaqua. She is, well, I'm 62. I'm going to be 63 this month. She is 60. And for those of you that don't have gray hair, let me assure you, as you start thinking about this, you're going to start putting your life in perspective about the time you hit 60. And she's got it in perspective. I mean, she's not going to win the White House and run up to the stairs on the first landing, going up to the family quarters and shout, "Hey, we made it! Look at what we got!" That's not why she wants the job. She wants a job to do something for the United States of America, for our people, and to use America's power to help people all over the world. And I think that's the right reason and the right character to seek this office. I'll tell you my fourth reason. I just think she's a very decisive person. She's the kind of person who can make a decision. She can say yes or no, and she means it. And she's tough-minded about it. So I don't have any doubt that as Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces, she's going to be terrific. I've seen her interact with the soldiers. She's good. But she'll make the kinds of decisions that the men and women in uniform and their leaders expect. So, Hillary Clinton, smart, experienced, great character, tough-minded. She'll stand up for America. Let's make her our next president.